Siddhi. Welcome to another session of social science. And in this session also, we are continuing with our third chapter in geography. And in the earlier sessions, we discussed about the work of river, how a river is creating different landforms. And in this session, we are going to learn about how sea waves are creating features on the surface of the earth. First one is, see, we have there are four features are there that are created by sea waves. First one is sea caves, sea arches, stacks, and sea cliff. What is meant by sea cave? You all are familiar with the word cave, isn't it? So, whenever the sea waves are hitting on the rocks repeatedly, that portion of the rocks will be eroded and a hole-like shape will be created. Here in this picture, it is clear. Whenever the waves are hitting on the rocks repeatedly, it will be eroded some parts of the rocks, and that type of shapes are called sea caves. Then sometimes that sea caves will become bigger and bigger, and an arch or roof of the caves will be remaining there. Here you can see in this picture an arch position is there. These are called sea arches. Then next is stacks. Then waves are always there, so repeatedly the waves are there. Then what will happen? The roof of the arches will be eroded by the waves and a wall-like shape will be available there in that area, and that are called stacks, sea stacks. Then next is sea cliff. The steep rocky coast rising almost vertically over the sea is called a sea cliff, and the sea waves are always depositing sediments along the shores, and that will form beaches. Then next we are going to learn more about the depositional and erosional activities by wind. How wind is creating different features on the surface of the earth. In this session, we have mushroom rocks, sand dunes, and loess. So what are mushroom rocks? You all are familiar with the shape of the mushroom, isn't it? In this picture, you can see a mushroom-shaped rocks. See, rocks may be having hard part and soft part. This erosion of wind is happening in deserted areas, and these different shape of rocks are available in desert areas. And the soft part of the rocks will be eroded by the wind and hard part will remain, and that will look like a mushroom-shaped rocks. So, they are called mushroom rocks. Then next is sand dunes. When the wind blows, it will carry sand from one place to another, and when it is stopped blowing, it will be deposited in one area and it will appear like a hill-like position, that are called sand dunes. Then next is loess. When the grains of sand are very light and fine, the wind will carry it in a long period of time, and it will carry from one place to another place, and it will be deposited in a long area, and that type of landforms are called loess. Now, ice. Ice means big, massive piece of ice also creating some features on the earth's surface. For example, glaciers and glacial moraines. What are glaciers? Glaciers are large mass of ice moving slowly over some land surface or a valley. Big piece of ice or big mass of ice are called glaciers, and whenever the glaciers are moving, they will also erode some material and it will be deposited in some other areas, and that deposition creates or formates another landform called glacial moraines. So what all topics we covered today? Work of sea, work of wind, and work of ice. I hope you all have understood this session. Thank you.